Hello everyone, my name is Amin. Today in this video I am going to teach you how to create a to-do app using the main stack. Okay. First of all, before starting this creating this application, the to-do app, I am going to explain what exactly the main. Okay. I'm going to open this notebook. Okay, now just click the pin. Okay. Everyone know the main is a collection of four alphabet and every alphabet has different meaning. Okay. I'm going to explain first what's the meaning of this two for the four alphabet. First, I'm going to start with M. M is here to stand for the Mongo. Okay, Mongo is the nothing. Mongo is the type of the database which we database store in the form of JSON, the similar to JSON. Okay, I'm not going to explain the deeper about the JSON and the JSON, but I'm going to explain that what the Mongo. Mongo is just the database in this mean. Okay, now next thing is E. E is the express, or you can say also the Express.js. Express.js is a backend framework where you can handle the routes and the REST, creating the REST API and all. Okay. And the next point, the next alphabet is A. A is the framework for the front end, which is the built in HTML, CSS, and the TypeScript. Don't be scared about the TypeScript. TypeScript is similar to the JavaScript. It is a superset of the JavaScript. Okay, and I will explain everything about this part, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in the Angular in this video. Don't worry. And the last but not the least is the Node. Node is the main things in the main, where this is the core of meme, or you can say that it is the environment we have to create first before anything by using Angular, using Express, and anything else in this case. Don't worry, I will explain everything about the MEAN in the graph module, where this lies in the application. And first of all, I'm going to explain the application part, what I'm going to create in this project. You have seen that the title is to-do app, and the two input are available in this project, and the one is the title of the task and the description of the task. What does the task mean? That suppose you're creating a task, something like the office work, okay, and you will add some description about the task, like have to fix all the bugs, sorry, all the bugs of our website. Cool. Sorry, again. Okay. When you click the submit button, we have seen that there is a task will be assigned as below this form, as title seems like an office work, and the message is that have to fix all the bugs of our website. There's a button. When you finish this, when you complete this start, when you directly delete the task as as the rule of the to-do. Okay. Suppose I'm going to again another task. The task will be something like that, like my home task. Suppose you know the situation is that now the COVID, everyone know working as a cook, as a safe and all, and the task of the hunters, okay, need to buy some apple for my parents. Yeah. Okay, well, when you add this task, you've seen that the task will be just added in this below. The home task need to buy some apple for my parents. Okay. Suppose the office task will be clear, and you will be here to click this delete button. You have seen that this task will be completed. When you delete this button, the task will be removed from this task list. Okay. In this project, I'm going to create such this type of object. I will be creating this type of form. I will be adding this home task, and I need to buy some apple of the parents. This will be addressing this task, and making the delete button and all, and where this data will be stored in my main application and all. Okay. First of all, I hope you understand this project and come to the my drawing section, where you understand the everything. Okay. I will tell you that the meme is a collection of four alphabet, or the four technology. The meme, MEN. M is stand for the Mongo, and E is the Express, and the A Angular, and the Node. Okay. First of all, I am going to start from the very first is like the my browser. But the browser is seen that where we have the application, the form, and you can see task we are assigning something like that. Okay. These things will be handling and making by using the HTML, CSS. Everyone know HTML, CSS, and maybe the JavaScript. But I'm not going to creating this type of object using Express. In this case, I'm going to use a framework. The name is Angular, or you can say the Angular 2, Angular 4, Angular 5, Angular C, and Angular 8. In this case, maybe I'm using the Angular 9. Okay. And you have to create this type of object, create this type of application by using Angular. And you see that every time you will assign the task, there is some entry will be available after the clicking the submit button. Sorry, excuse me. These things like the buttons, sorry, and these things will be the data will be stored somewhere in the Mongo, okay, as a form of JSON. It's similar to the JSON already is clear, and this is not possible to Angular directly link this database. You have to need a backend programming language, a backend things to handle this front end part, and the server, the database part, and this is the called the server. Server. Okay. The server will help to get the data from the database and transferring the data to the front end. I also call that the front end will be asked to the server to retrieve the data from the database and give to return to me. That's why I'm showing to this data in the front end part. Okay. The 2D part will be already discussed in this by using the showing the application. Okay. The next thing is that the tool. What the tool I have to using this, and the tool I will say the MEN. First of all, you have to need to install this tool in your system to creating this such type of project. Okay. First of all, where we install this Mongo, where we install this Angular, where we install this Node, and where we install this Angular. First of all, I'm going to explain something like these things is a Node.js. I will tell you the Node is a core of your application. Means this is the complete environment you have to be created first, and you have to be installed the first in your system. And this node can handle this all the route, but I'm not going to be creating all the route by using the scratch node. You have to be create a framework to handle such route, and this route will be helping this Express.js. Express.js is ability to handle this route. Means I will explain the what is the meaning actually the route in the route section, but the route is the meaning the some method to get or say get sorry, post or get the data from your database, which is the here is Mongo, and this will create an API that also called the RESTful API. Okay, RESTful API. Don't worry if you have any confusion about the RESTful API and anything else, I will explain in the part in the coding, and I will add the coding. Okay. When you're creating this RESTful API, our front end, which is the Angular, which is familiar with the RESTful API, it's had some method directly call this RESTful API and get the data which is so in your front end as a list. You can also push the data to store store in the database, and this case also the RESTful API will help to store the data in the database. I will let all that need, and I am going to showing some websites. Okay, I will write the website link of the Node.js in the description. One is the Mongo. Okay, I am not tell you that you have to install the Mongo in your system. You can directly use some remote server to access this MongoDB server. The AMLA website is provided to handling such things. When you sign up and create some account in this website, there's some getting some funds to like the 500 MB free database in your system to storing the data in the form of JSON. And the next thing, if you want to install the Mongo in your system, you can directly go and download the software, the Mongo, according to your operating system and all. And the last, the framework that you use to use the front end part, which is the Angular. You can directly use this npm install g Angular CLI to download this Angular CLI in your system. But before, this command only work when you already install this Node.js part. Okay, I hope everything will be explained in this part, and I'm going to explain the route file and the file structure, and after that I'm going to write the code how to create this type of application. Okay, route. In this case, you have to be forget about the front end part, which is the Angular. Totally focus on this backend or the server and the database. In the database, every the Node.js is important to install, and above the Node.js, you use the Express to handle this route. Okay, excuse me, guys. Okay, the route is like that. According to your project, as the to app, you can see that in the website, you can see that there is a you can see that there is a form. Sorry, there is a form where you can see that the two input, and this input, this two variable will be added on the database by using submit button. Means you have to be need a post method. Post method will help to send the data to the server, to the database, to store the data in your database. Okay. In this case, you will get the data from the database. In this case, we have to add a get method to retrieve the data from the database. Okay, and there is also a delete button here. Here the target to click, when you click this delete button, this need to be remove this data from the database. Okay, let's one by one. Means in the according to application, there is a first the post method and the get method and also a delete method. Okay, delete method needs an ID, because when you click the delete button, only the one task and only the one list will be deleted from your database, and that will need to be an ID. Okay, and the get form, because the get method will retrieve all the data and make a list in your front end, means this not need any ID. And the post database means this will be help to store the new data inside your database. Last, this is the part, the file structure part. Okay. Okay. The first part is your client. I'm used to client where you can use any folder name. The client is the folder where I store all the front end, which is called Angular. And then case, then another file, the main file is called app.js. When I creating this file, when I writing the code, app.js file will help to launch your backend server. Okay, and this server connecting with some route. And in this case, the folder name is route. Inside the route file, I'm using a file, the task route. This task route, when I'm going to write all the API like get, post, and the last delete. Okay, there is another method will be available, the patch and also the get according to the ID. But I'm going to be in this course, I'm only able to use this three methods. And the another is like model. This is the important. What is the meaning of model? Actually, when you store the database, when you store the data in your database, this needs some field. What the type of data, what the value of the data, what the field of the data, everything. Means in this case, the field is the title, and the next is the description, and the ID, which is automated generated in the Mongo. These three type of the field we have to be mentioned in the model folder, and the model folder I'm using as a file, the task.js, where you have to create an schema. Schema is just nothing where you explain about this structure, the field name and their type. I will explain everything in this when I write in the code. So I'm not going to be too late to start writing the code. Okay, I hope everything, the theoretical part will be understood from your side. And if you will be difficulty to understand anything, so don't worry, to stuck with me and see the code. I'm going to explain everything again in the code. Okay. First of all, you have to be opening. I'm going to close this. I'm opening this the terminal, and the terminal where you can hear in the home directory. I'm going to use to pass to the desktop. Now I'm in the desktop directory, and I want to create a folder. And the folder creation, there's a folder name is mk directory, and the folder name is to app. This is the actually the project, okay, sorry, project app name to app. And when you want to be change directly to app, just like to do. Actually, I'm writing the spelling mistake to app. Actually, I'm going to again creating another directory, the same to app. Sorry, again a mistake in the directory. Okay, and going to be like to sorry to again mistake to app. Okay, to app will be installed and sorry created, and you are in, under this project name project. This is the called to app. Okay, now I'm going to open this folder in some editor, and I'm going to use a ID which called Visual Studio Code. I also recommend to use the Visual Studio Code for the Minestack developing the Minestack application. If you already installed the Visual Studio Code, there is a shortcut form to open this folder in the Visual Studio Code. The write the code and dot will be open this folder in the Visual Studio. The folder will be added. Just close this, and there is section is terminal. Just open this terminal. Okay, everything will be here. First of all, I will tell you that make sure you have already installed the Node.js in your system, and also already installed the Angular CLI before running this anything in the code. Okay, I will already explain the way you can install this Node.js and Angular CLI by showing their website, and also I am going to write this website link in the description. You can see and check the website, check the description. So going to that website. Okay. Now I'm going to start this application, and this is the Node application. That's why I'm going to use a command. The name is npm init. npm init is the meaning that you have to initialize this npm package file in the Node to do app folder, and you write the npm init and the click. And after the clicking, we have to be asked some question, and they say that if you want, what do you want to the package name, and I'll tell you that you have to use the to app as a default. Just click version name is also as a default, and description you can see that this is a to do app. Okay, and I'm going to write the file address. Yes, I will, because I'm going to every in the when I explain this file structure, the name is address. If you will directly click this enter, the file name will be changed to index.js. But I'm going to use the app.js. When I click this, the paste command will be actually keyword will be like something. This could be empty. So I'm going to be write all the Node, Angular, and the last is the mode. Author, I put my name in my author because I'm going to create this file. Okay. License as default I see. Yes. You can when you're writing these things, that the package.json will be created here. Okay. When you open this, you can see everything will be written in the form of JSON in this file, like the to-do app version, app.js, and anything. Now, first of all, the package.json will install. You have to be install the express part, because without express it will be very difficult to making some route and the model and all. So I'm going to install the express. So there's a method to express install in this directory that npm I install, and name is the express and double dash save. This will be help to save this dependency name in this package.json. Okay. It takes a minute, sometimes take a second according to internet speed. My internet speed is too high, that's why it takes very small minutes of time installing this application. Okay. Everything will be added here, and you can see that when you run this file, then you can see there's a dependency folder, also the version name, the express and the version. I have to install more tools and the more package, and we run this because there's a node module folder we have, because all this file is a node package. That's because Express is node module is node module folder is already automatically generated when installing Express.js. Okay, the next is Mongo. This Mongo, actually I'm not meaning of the MongoDB software. It is the package for the Node.js where you can use this command as a node to access their database or the Node.js database. Okay. First of all, at the npm install again the Mongoose. There are many applications. Okay. So see, these guys actually there's okay. Mongoose is already installed with the version. And the last, I'm going to explain two more library and two more packages. The name is body parser. I'm going to explain later what is the meaning of body parser. And the last, npm install parse. I will also explain later what is this. Okay, everything will install clearly. You can see the dependency folder. Just close this. I'm not going to do this further in this file. The file name is app.js, means you have to create an app.js in the root directory, and the name is app.js. App.js is installed. Now, our target to create a RESTful API using the express.js. Okay, this is the root file and this is the main file. This is the file when you run first when you're starting this application. Okay, first of all, I'm going to use some package on. We have to import some package, and the first package I'm going to install is Express, and you can directly express by the require and pass their package name. Okay, Express. I hope the spelling will be correct. And in this case, okay. And the second thing is like the first thing, I'm going to again a variable app variable name, and I'm going to be Express initialize this thing. Okay, okay. And this Express and this app have to be run first. Needs a listen method, but before listen method, we have to need some port. Okay, the needs port, and the port will be process dot env dot port, or this will not work. You can use another port. If this port is not finding their current location, then you can use this. What's the wrong? Okay, nothing is 80. I'm going to use app.listen and passing the port next thing in the, and there's some method I'm going to use here, and I'm going to write the console dot log server is connected at port. I'm writing the port is port. Save. Okay, I hope everything will be clear in this part, and the app.js file will be created, and the file will be run by using the node command and put the file name app.js. Okay, there is some mistake. What the state is, actually the tail that is the port is already connected. Actually, I'm testing this file in the another. To be close this. Okay, let's terminate this, and also I'm going to close this. Okay, and again I'm going to run. This will be work. Okay. I need again my Chrome. Sorry, you can see that the server is connected at the port. Now I'm going to. I want to see everything in my browser, not going to in the console. That's why I'm going to use some route, and you can use some route by using app.get function when nothing will be passing, and just write. And this method need a request and resource as the variable as an input, and I need to use the resource.json and the pass the hello world. Okay, clear. Now again, I have to be terminate and run this file and open the browser and make sure the local host, and but in this case the port is 8080, means you have to see the port, change this port 8080. This will be see hello world. Okay, means when you get change the Amin, my name as a new route, and the slash route is not defined. When you run this sorry, again I have to be terminate and run the again this file, and when I refresh this will say that cannot get slash, because there is no route slash method is available in this app.js file. Okay, but there is a slash Amin will be available. When you run this, we get hello. Okay, but let me introduce new things. Means I'm going to be change again the slash and save, and when I change to the slash, this will again show this error. Means every time you will need to be terminate and run the file again. This will not do good. You have to use some different way to run this file automatically, and this will be helped by the package, and the package, the name is nodemon. You directly go to the install the nodemon directly by using this command in your system, and G for the globally. And when you install this command, this will be help to run this file automatically. But this command is already running my system and already installed in my computer. That's why I'm not going to install further. And again, so this part I'm not going to use app.js. I'm going to use another name is nodemon app.js. And this will be help to start in this code. Okay. First of all, I'm going to run again. I will check the not this the 8080. This will see the hello world. Suppose I'm going to change to hello world to hi world. Hello India. So this will be saved, and when you run and refresh this will see. I'm not going to terminate and run this file again and again. Okay, not going to help so much. Okay. Now I'm going to be create the project in the further, and I'm going to remove this route, because I'm not going to route this file. I'm going to handle this route file by different folder. In this folder, I'm going to create a folder name is route, as explained, because I'm not. I have to be way to create a big project. When you big project, there's a multiple routes available. That's why you handle the different folder to manage this one. Okay, route, and again the route I'm going to use the route dot. Not route. The task name is task route. JS. Clear? Okay. Make sure I have to check my recording will be working or not. Give me 1 minute. Okay, this will be working. Thank you. Okay. Okay, now I'm here. The task route. First of all, you have to be import something before using this file as a route file, and this file is like the constant. The folder is a router, and I'm going to use a required folder, and passing this express will help to creating this route. I will tell you that in the very first time. Router, this will be the method that I'm going to use bracket, and you have to use to module.x module.export, not models, module, sorry, export this route. I will explain why I'm exporting this, but before export I will explain to create a route. Last time I using app.get, but in this case I am going to use router.get. Router.get clear for frames. In this case I am use nothing and pass request resource and string this res.json task route. Okay, task route clear. But how will you call this route file in my browser? When I run this, nothing will be happening, because this file is not added in this app.js. How this added in the app.js file? Just write before the listen app.use method. And before using, you have to be import like task route variable, and this will be require method have to get this file or help this router, and this module.export method and the return the router will help to get this by using route and password. This will return, sorry, I have to do this. This will return this router. Okay. and you will add two task.route inside this. Before starting, you have to use some base. What is the meaning of base? I'm going to use API and task. And this case, I will add task. When I call this again, nothing will be work because this transport only when we have to pass more in the link. Clear? You have to call. When I call to be task route, I'm going to explain this name is Amin. Nothing will be work because this task route is not available. You have to be call my name and put in perfect. Now, clear? But I'm not here to be add the route and all by using what's the route will help. In the very first time I explain this get route will help to get all the tasks or target next. That's why I will also create some more route, and this route will be post add task to database. Clear? And the next router dot delete. And this case I need some id. That's because I'm more as a parameter. Use the parameter as a column and the id and the request create delete that. There is another route is available, the patch or means the update and the get for the sync. But I'm not going to use that route. That's why I'm going to only this route will be possible for my project. That's why I'll only explain this thing. Only this thing. Okay. You can get this ID as a variable. That's constant ID dot request dot params and the ID, and use this ID to finding the task in the database. But before to using this route, you have to be need the connection of the database. Okay, and in this case, I already import the mongoose to making a connection with the MongoDB, and this will be help to add the connection in this route by using here, and this will help constant. We have to first create the variable, and this variable will be required, and this needs our library and the node package, and this is the mongoose. Okay, save. And the mongoose has a method, the connection of the connect, the connect, and this method need a link to the database, and the second is the some error handler, and there the error function. They said if error is available, the race.json, not race.json, I will write the console dot log. I'm not going to be use these things. Console dot log connection lost. Sorry, lost. When this connection will be working fine, that we have to be like, and yeah, like something the message the DB connected. Cool. When I run this file, and this then seems like the person say the connection lost because nothing will pass in this here. And in the last part, I will explain this. You can get these links the two way. The first using the remote server, the remote database using the MLab, and the next you need to install the Mongo in your system, and this give the some when you install this some Mongo in the system. This give you the fixed link according to your system, and that link will be something like that. I mean, please save this link, making this video as faster, and I pass this link app.data, and this will say that DB is connected, server is connected, everything will be. But there is some error warning will showing. They said use this command. Okay, you can use this. This is not optional because sometimes the Mongo updation needs some more thing will be added here. When I add again and save this, this give me another error. They say that you have to sorry. You have to add this also. You can add this also according to your warning. You can use this only the option. Okay, this again everything will be clear. No warning will be provided by this console, and the says the server is connected and the DB is also connected. Sorry. Now the task route will be good. They said the get, post and delete. But the problem is when you have to check this route in the browser, only the get route will be supported. How will we get the post route and the delete route in the browser? Okay, that's why I'm going to use a different software. The name is Postman. The very popular software is the for checking the API is the Postman. You can directly install this Postman uh, from the system. There's a Postman link also provided in the description. I will provide in the description. And but I'm going to already install the Postman in my system. That's why I'm opening this. Sorry. Okay, text tag. Okay. This localhost 800 and near the API you have to check task. You can see that the multiple method will be possible, copy, case, put, pass, hit, and the multiple things are here. And this first the API dot task and have to be check some have to be means to pass some res dot JSON. Thus get task, click the get task, and this will be like JSON. Sorry, the post task, and the last like the install JSON delete task. Div is connected, and I call this task. This will be so. Okay, the taking program time showing this. Okay, get task. When I change this method to post, this will give the post task. Okay, when I change this to delete, this will not work because the delete method needs an extra parameter, and in this case the parameter could be the anything the first time. I'm using this to do this will delete. Okay, now I'm going to write the code inside the everything get, post and delete. But before post and delete, and here I'm going to this method and this API will be help to add the data and retrieve the data inside the database, and that's why I'm going to use to create my model as I promised in the very first time. And the model folder is here, and the file will be like the task.js. Okay. In this case, I need the Mongo's require Mongo's. Okay, I'm going to be create uh, the file variable schema, and this schema will be added by schema, maybe something like that. I hope this will be correct. Okay. Now, and the next again to constant task schema, and this will be schema, and okay, something will be added, and this you have to write module export and mongoose dot model pass the first line the actually I'm going to confuse. Okay, first of all the task method and the second is task schema. This is the value when we create a dog collection in the database as a name of the task and the task schema. In the task schema, where I mention the what the variable and what the input will be added in this. And the first is title. The title will be like it could be the string. That is the string. And the second is description, and it could be also the string. Okay, great. Okay. Everything will be clear. Moves and everything. And I hope something good. No. I'm going to use this title string, but you see that, sir, you said that there is another variable is the ID. You have to promise in this first class, but the ID is not necessary to use this in the task because this ID is already generated. That's why I'm not going to be use this ID as a data schema. Okay. Now I'm going to be go to the route, and when I used to be the task route, you have to be use or import this in this file, the task. I'm going to use the caps and the required, and this will be like models create and the task. Okay, the screen signal say that this is the normal, not a normal, this is the task. First of all, I'm going to be get, and this get task method is right to find everything, not going to filter anything else. And when you find everything, execute these things, and when executing is successful, then you have get the result. And just like the results.json, I'm going to message the success as true, and the result is your this result. Okay, as API. Okay, and when something went wrong, let's catch this error and return as a response.json as the success false and result. Sorry, not result. Use some error, and this will be the error. Everything will be save this. I hope everything will be fine, and I'm going to check this to get, and I use to this in a okay. This will be syntax. Actually, the in the last, I mean, when I showing this part in the reverse track, when I did this task in by the website, this seems like that. There's only one task is available, home task. Need to buy some apple for my parents. Okay. Now I'm going to be create some post method. Means add the task. This will help. And again, this task need to be first to create a new task. The new task is task, and the typecasting task is task, and everything mentioned. What the variable I'm going to add it here? Title. Okay. What's the value of the title? In this case, you put the variable, you get this variable from the front end. That's why you have to be some different way to get the data from the front end, and this will be possible. The request body dot like title. Okay, great. And the next is description and the request dot body description. And task will be created. Now I'm going to call this task and say to save this task in the database, and everything will save. Then work. There you have to got the result, and oh sorry result, and you have to print this as an output. Say success is true. Sorry, true, and the message SSAZ. Sorry, I have misspelling is correct. A message data will be saved. Data has been saved. And when we got an error, then catch the error by using the catch function. and the request.json like this, and this time I use this false and say that error will be error, not error. Okay, sorry. Okay. But I when you call this to body, because you have to pass, I'm using this you have to use because my friend is not ready, that I am going to use this advantage of the postman. The method is body, you have to change this to JSON, not text. Okay, and we have to pass the variable which is could be the string both in the both side, and this will be like office task, and the description will be okay. Sorry, when I this you have to need to change this post, and you have to get okay. Then another error, that got some error. Okay, now I'm going to handle this. Why mirror this? Because I will mention this sorry, where is it? Again, okay. This error will handle by this app.js file, because you can see that another two things, body parser will be added. Body parser will be help to get the data from the front end to back end, and you have to put this body parser inside this app.js, and you have to first constant and need the body parser and the required body parser, and this will be use body parser dot URL encoded, and also add dot views and body parser will have to JSON. These two things will be added to successfully run this code. I'm going to minimize this. Why I'm seeing this? Okay, when I run this, you can see this data has been saved. Let's check this get form again, and you see the two data will be added here. The first data is already added, and the second data is office task description will be added here. Now the next things I have to be add the deleted part, and the deleted part will be going to be added. Okay. Just remove this, and you store this parametric form ID in the variable ID, and now I'm going to use like the task variable task of x dot delete one. Okay, and you have to be use some curly braces. First need ID, because you can see here the variable is underscore ID, that's why I use the ID, and the value will be the that we are going to delete is ID. And this task will be completed, and you execute this task, and this, if everything will be fixed, then we will get the result. Okay, the race.json success is true, and message say this data has been deleted, and they catch the error. Then again, when anything something went wrong in the code, then catch the error with this and write the success is false, and the error will be done. Okay, perfect. Now again, they run this, and again this run this. This will get all the document. Now I'm going to use this ID and pass this as a parametric, and we have to change this to delete. And something went wrong. The ID is not deleted. String value. Give me that time. Why something went wrong? Sorry. Okay. Again. Sorry. data has been deleted. I have something around to putting my ID in, data has been deleted. When I remove this again and I get data, you will see the one data will be available. I hope you will understand everything about how to create the REST API, how to use the Postman, how to create a Mongo, how to create a schema class, how to create the route class, how to use the what the needs of body parser and what the need of the router, and everything will be explained. Okay, everyone, welcome to the second part. The first part, in the first part, I'm going to explain everything about the backend. In this part, I'll explain the sorry, I will explain the front end. Okay, I'll tell you in the very first time the client folder where I'm going to create in this case, which will be the front end and nothing. The front end is nothing. It is the Angular part. Okay, I'm going to open the new terminal inside the Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to use why I'm going to use this code. Actually, when I explain the Angular CLI, first we have to create the npm install the Angular CLI. We'll have to create the this help to install the Angular in your system, and the next time is they creating the project as the Angular. The command is ng new and the project name. In this case, I'm going to use ng new, and I'm going to project the front project is client. Okay. Okay. Yes. CSS. I'm going to handle this styling part by using the CSS. Okay. Sometimes takes too long time to installing this package by this way. You can terminate this directly and go to the client folder and again run the npm install. It will take some small time. Okay. When you run this gives you the pod with localhost 4200, and you can open this in the browser and Safari. You can see this type of thing will be appearing in your front end part. First of all, I'm going to be close this all the backend directory backend folder. Okay, and I only open this folder. In the client folder, you can see the multiple file and multiple folder is there. Don't be scared to see this multiple folder. You only focus on the SRC folder and the app folder, nothing else. And in the SRC folder, there is multiple files there. The routing component.css. This three files is important for me for this project. And the next is app module.ts. Only in this project, I'm only focused on this, and this file. First of all, I'm going to open this app component.ts HTML and this copy and delete. Remove this one. When I go to like h1 hello world, okay, you can see the hello world. Okay. For some styling, I'm going to use the bootstrap. I hope if you are a front-end developer or if you're a beginner front-end developer, you know about the bootstrap. Just write the bootstrap, and this bootstrap you have to be say just documentation. Bootstrap say that just copy this file and add this on the head tag. But in the front end, in the Angular, where is the HTML hashtag or the body tag is available. Okay, you know this Angular is a single page application where only one index.html file is possible, and there is the index.html. In app.root file is denoted this HTML file. When everything will write in this file, you can see in this app.root. Okay, now I'm going to be add this here the link in index.html, and also say that you have to use some jQuery plugin, and this will be added in the just below the body. Everything will be perfect. Now this have to close this file. Only one time I'm going to use for making this, because app.root is denoted this file, and this file will help to making your front-end application. Now I'm going to be add the container. Okay, you know the bootstrap, the meaning of container, row justify content center. Okay, and I'm going to use call mdh. Okay, and there's a file h1 I'm going to write, and this will be like to do app, and you can some margin from the top. This will be good. When I see this to run this localhost 4200, you will see to app something. First of all, I'm going to be create a row, and inside the row I'm going to use some card. You can directly check the card from the bootstrap. Actually, everything is remember me. Sorry. Card. and the card has some header. Class will be possible to header, and the task title will shown here, and the card header present. Another thing is card body, and the card body I'm going to send the card text, and the card text there's a thing like uh, description of the task. Okay, and I need some add button. Okay, I have to add some button styling. The class is button, button is small. Sorry, button is small, and like button danger. Sorry, the danger is this as zero, okay, and this button name is delete. I hope everything will be cool. But the button task is not like with 100. I'm going to change this width to be 100. Okay, it's cool, and that button is not in the left part. I'm going to see this flow right. Okay, this will go this same. The first time I'm going to use this float, and I also to call and create this list from the data which will use which get from the backend. And this need I have to use create a service class in the Angular. I will this create a new terminal, and this command is good for the front end. That's why you have to change the directly to the front end. Client, and the write ng service ng generate service, and inside the services folder, and the name is task task service. Clear? When I run this command, you have to see there is something will be added in the app service folder. The service folder and task will be added. Okay. In this case, I need some HTTP client things added in the Angular. We will call the data from we will call the REST API to detect the data to get the data. And before this anything need use this module, you have to everything will be added in this app module folder. And now I'm going to use import statement. Make sure I'm going to use the app module, and the module that I'm going to use is Angular. Sorry, the spelling will be not should be wrong. Angular common and HTTP, and this will be add HTTP like HTTP client module. Okay, and this client module will be added in this part inside the import. Great. Now everything will fix. HTTP client module, HTTP everything. Now again opening this services file, and you can use this module inside this import statement, and like again Angular common, and this will be like HTTP. In this case, I'm not going to import module. Actually, I'm going to import HTTP client. Okay, and you will have to be use this private some variable and initialize this HTTP client here, and you have to be create method to task. Sorry, get task or get task list, or attribute, and this method will return something. Is like return. Use this HTTP, and this method need a get property because you have to get something from the URL, and you need the URL from where we get the data. And in this case, I use the postman. You need this URL because from this URL you get everything from the data. In this case, you have to pass this URL here, and make sure this should be the string. Okay, you can use this, but this is not so seem like a string. You have to add the HTTP, not S. Okay, good. And this will return get this, but this will not handled by the component folder. Means you have to mention their typecasting, and this typecasting will be observable. I'm not going to explain this part observable in this video, but if you are stuck with me in the further video, I'm going to explain everything. And the typecasting will be generic, and this seems like the any this variable, and this the type return type could be the anything under the observable guest task list. And the next the services class I'm going to add. Okay, first of all I'm going to use go to the app module, sorry not app module, the component file. Okay, actually this three file is nothing. Actually this is the file of the you are seeing, and this is the CSS file. You can style in this file, and there's a file.ts where you add the JavaScript or add the TypeScript code inside here. Okay. For this you have to use some constructor and import a statement. In this case I'm using this services class, sorry not, okay, services, and I'm going to work the values task services. Inside the task service there's a class name is task services class. I'm going to use same as to create a private variable task service, and the typecasting is task services, not task. Okay. Ready. And you can get this, create a variable get task. Okay, and this variable need to be called this dot get task services, and inside the task services we have already created method the get task list. You call this get task list and column. Okay, okay, this task list return the data in the form of JSON. It should be something like that, and that's why you will handle this data by using this subscribe method, and this method return the output as a resource and response. If we'll check if response dot success is true, that's only when we store the data something else, and that's why I'm going to use a task variable and store this task, sorry task variable, and you get this task from this and make sure the string, okay, the result will be as an output. Okay, clear. Okay, clear. So I'm going to use this variable which is the array, where you contain the title and description of the task, and I want to use this variable in my front end to display the data. Okay, this is the row which is could be the repeated every time, and that's why I'm going to use the for row for this row. Clear? Make sure. Okay. So I'm going to use ng for loop for this, ng for let is the variable, use the task of, for the variable I'm going to use in the component as task, sorry, task. Clear? And this task variable is repeated, and I replace this title with this task has the title, because this return title, and you use this as task dot this. Okay. Everything will be perfect. Okay, when I call this and I run this and wait the browser, nothing will be appearing in this browser. So what will be happening? Because when you just click in this mode, and when you see this get dot task, because this method is not called directly when I launch this application, means there is something will be happening, and there's something we will need to be implement in this app.component. That's why this get.task method directly implemented, and the method will be like implemented ng on it, implement on it, and this function will implement, and this will be this function, and this function need to be called this get task. This method needs, when this method means that this method is already called when this application will be launched, and then inside this method we will call this another method which will I created by myself. That's why this method called when you launch the application. I have to save this and check this. Okay, something went wrong. What's happening in this case? I'm using some component and console check. The console will be here, and they see that the cross sort legit here, okay? And go to the backend part, and already mentioned there is a one file that we have to use. The names for chorus. This file is already installed. and this is chorus clear. And before app dot before the body parcel, you have to use this as a chorus. Save this and do this. You will see that your task will be appear here. Clear. Now I'm going to create a form to add the task and also use activate this delete button to delete the task. Okay, now go into the app.component.ts. First of all, you will have to create a form, and the form needs a form group and input type text and class for the styling form control, and this like what is this uh, placeholder title, and the last thing is form control name, which could be the import. Okay, and this will be like a title, and I repeat this copy. Okay, copy and paste, and this will be changed to description. And before this form group, we have to create an only form group, form group, and the name is form. Clear. Perfect. And the last, the method inside the form group, the button. Last, btn outline for styling and to the any danger. And I using some click method, and I click something with it, the form submit, and this will be clear. And we have to add this submit, or you can use add task. Clear. Okay. But nothing will be appear here because you will get some error because you in this case use this module as a form group, but this module is not mentioned in the app module. That's why I'm going to use this import and the statement, the statement, and the name is the angular form, and this module is not name is reactive form module, not a normal form module, reactive form module, and we have to add this module in the reactive form module. Okay, and I hope this will be written even nothing an error. Okay. So perfect. This app component will be created and this form will be created. And now I'm going to copy this because I have to create this form in the variable as a variable form, and the type casting is form group. This form will be already added, and another things will be added here, the form builder. This will help to create a form, and you have to mention this form builder inside the constructor, and this will be seems like a FB for the extent of the form builder and the form builder. Clear. And just creating this form builder inside the constructor, I'm going to use this form is equal to this is this again form, not a form, FB, because FB the form builder and group and mention here, and the first form builder form name is title, and this is like a validator. I have to say that this is the required thing, required, and the next is like the description, description. Its spelling will be right, otherwise it will be an error. And the validator, the validator, not value converter, validators dot required. Everything will perfect. This mirror, why this mirror? Because I'm missing the comma here. Okay, great. And now created, and the method I'm going to create, and this method is the form submit, and this form submit method will be added here. This method, and this. This method first of all create data and this data is something like JSON type. And first we will add the title, and this title we get this form get and the title and value, and the next is description, sorry, this description, great, this dot form dot get dot description and dot value. Make sure the spelling will be wrong and right, perfect. And I want to use some alert box to seeing that my form is working or not, and this will give something like that, data dot description. Okay, now why this is not showing my form, I'm going to check what will happen. Okay, everything will be clear, and where is my submit button, because something will be wrong, because I'm not here to be add. Actually, I miss my submit button. When I something right here, when I something right here, when I add task, when I see this will be appearing as a description link, this will be work. Okay. Now I'm going to remove this, and again I call this task this class and have to be create another method to add a task. So I'm going again here and add task and passing the data and also the observable, and this will be written as something written this sorry, this http post, not post, and this time also you have to pass this URL, because this URL will be same for the post method, but also you have to pass the data as a parameter. Okay, great. And again you have to do here task is add task and pass the data, and service raise and check if the raise is success, then we will alert data has been added. Else alert got an error. Okay, finish checks. Now go to checks. Title this time office available complete homework. I'm not going to add anything else. This is the homework. When I add this, data has been added as success message used. But I want to see that the data, when my data is added such closes, when data is added is automatically added in this file. When I refresh this, then is added here. But I want to add it directly. Okay, this will be cool. In this case, first you have to reset the form for new input, and then you have to call this dot get task again. That's why refresh this list again. New task like this party as a task, and this will be like the task will be like need to join my friend party. Okay, sorry, when I add this task, the task will already ready. Okay, now the last thing will be adding the deleted task. Okay, and routing this app.component.html. The deleted button is here. And we have to add a click, sorry, again we have to add a click, give me click, and this will be deleted, and this will be pass the ID, and the ID will be getting the task and underscore ID, because task is description possible, the task will also ID, and this will be made to create a method inside the here as date ID. In this case, you will also have to call the task services class and need to delete something. That's why you have to create that method inside here, and that will be like delete task. Okay, in this case ID is passing here, and you know this will be the observable again. In this case, like something and return this http dot get no delete. And in this case the URL is same. You have to copy this URL, but this time URL some minor difference. Did not copy. Actually, the mistake. Control Command C, and the command B is up here. And the last you have to slash, and you have to add the ID because this is the complete link. Okay, and go to the app model.json, and you have to be deleted task, and this time you have to pass that ID. And there is no need to be handle the subscribe because this is not going to anything, but only the console. Console.log data deleted. Okay, great. Wow. When I refresh this, when I completely delete this. Okay, actually delete not working so because when I refresh this, that delete effect will be shown. Actually, we have to be add this success method. Actually, this and get task again to add here to see the current effect. Okay, when I refresh this, when I click the delete, the task will be deleted. Okay, this project will be completed, and if you want to complete code of this project, you will check the description. There's a GitHub link where you put all the code of this project. I hope you will enjoy this project, and thank you very much.